Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session about deciphering the new EU health technology assessment landscape. I'm Noa Vaamonde Torres, and I specialize in healthcare business development and consultancy at Succelerate. Today, I'm honored to have Giovanni Tafuri with us. Together, we will discuss about the new EU health technology assessment regulation. But before diving into our discussion, let me briefly introduce Succelerate, provide some context for today's topic, and introduce our esteemed guest, Giovanni Tafuri. Succelerate is a Swiss-based life science and healthcare consulting partner committed to supporting innovation in the healthcare sector. Our mission is to provide customized and personalized strategic services to our partners, leveraging decades of experience across pharmaceutical, biotech, medtech, and consulting. At Succelerate, we pride ourselves of offering clear and actionable guidance to a diverse array of clients. Our expertise spans strategic commercialization, clinical and medical affairs, market access, and reimbursement. The topic that brings us together today is the new Regulation 2021-2282 on health technology assessment and the introduction of EU-level joint clinical assessment, arguably the most important implication of the regulation that will start to become applicable from January 25. Specifically for medical products with new active substance for oncology indications and advanced therapy medicinal products. This regulation marks a significant evolution from the earlier EUnetHTA framework, aiming to standardize and streamline the clinical assessment process across EU member states. By eliminating duplications and improving efficiency, the new regulation seeks to enhance patient access to innovative therapies across member states. And without further ado, I'm pleased to introduce Giovanni Tafuri, who will help us unpack the implications of this regulation. Giovanni is currently the Director of EU Market Access and Policy at Apellis Pharmaceuticals. His extensive experience includes serving as the EUnetHTA Chief Scientific Officer, a 14-year tenure at the Italian HTA body IFA, and work at the EMA on parallel regulatory HTA consultations. Giovanni, your deep expertise and unique insights are invaluable as we explore the impact of this regulation. Could you please start by sharing a bit more about your background and how your experience have shaped your perspectives on the evolution of EUnetHTA and the recent EUHTA regulation?
Thank you so much, Noah, for this introduction, and hello, everyone. Well, maybe I'll just focus more about EUnetHTA. EUnetHTA, which stands for EU Network for HTA. This is a project funded by European Commission and the member states that started back in 2006. And there were different editions, Joint Action 1, 2, and 3, with the involvement of several different national and regional EU HTA bodies. EUnetHTA, I think, has paved the way for the current HTA regulation. Particularly its last edition was sort of a pilot of the HTA regulation with key deliverables like methodological guidelines in HTA, joint clinical assessments, joint regulatory HTA scientific consultations. So the limitation, though, at the time was that EUnetHTA did not have a legal framework governing the HTA cooperation. So cooperation was purely based on a voluntary basis. And now this gap has been fully addressed by this new legislation. So I would say that this is probably a relevant, let's say, piece of experience that I gained throughout the year, in particular in relation to this topic.
Thank you very much, Giovanni. Your background is truly impressive, and I'm confident that today's interview will greatly benefit our audience. So let's dive into the discussion with our first question. The new regulation on health technology assessment introduced the joint clinical assessment, as we mentioned, process involving a larger pool of reviewers from various EU member states, including HTDs, patients, clinical experts, stakeholders, and with more extensive data requirements. JCAs will demand comprehensive submission from HTDs, and assessors will draft and share proposed PICOs with member states to consolidate them, and specialized working groups or expert panels will handle different aspects of the assessments. Giovanni, do you anticipate this change will affect the overall speed and efficiency of the approval process?
Well, let's say that the overall aim of this regulation is to avoid applications, to facilitate a timely access to innovative treatment. So the ultimate goal is to indeed make the system more efficient. There will be two rapporteurs, there will be well-defined timelines, most likely, as you said, the involvement of specialized working groups, expert panels, similarly to DMA process. The expectation is also that the patients' organization perspectives will be integrated both in the joint clinical assessment and joint scientific consultation. So if the process works as expected, I think it will definitely have a positive impact on the time of pricing and reimbursement negotiations, and so ultimately on the overall time to patient access at the national level.